Okay, we're gonna start what's called a carved box, and you can see this one, you can see like this one here, and so they have a lid that come off, and the lid is cut in like some type of pattern to like what is carved into this. Okay, you are going to use a special tool. This is a Sgraffito tool that will help you carve and actually remove the clay from those crevices. But everybody will start with a rectangular prism like this, and then the design that you pick is up to you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna go over today, is figuring out what design you want to have, and you can even see like this one. And what is nice about this is the way that we do this, it creates a seamless design all the way around the pot. Okay, so like everything connects. And so it looks way more complicated than it actually is. So you're going to get a worksheet that looks like this. There are 12 boxes on this. They have a 1/2-inch grid in them. Okay, and so then you can flip to the next 2 pages, and this is just like the side of the box here. Okay, so you would have a 2x6 on the side of this box. Okay, so there would be 2 boxes here and 3 boxes that went down. And so there are a couple of these. Okay, so you have 4 that are the actual like full size like side of this box. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is go ahead and start brainstorming. There's no way that the very first thing that you make is going to be the best that you can make, because you've got to figure out really how this works. And so the reason that I have a grid in here is so it's easy for you to draw something over and over again exactly the same way. Okay, so every box for this one, okay, is exactly the same. It's identical. Okay, so let's just look at this and see what we can come up with. So if I connect different places, so I'm connecting from like one corner, let me zoom in. So I'm connecting from one corner over and then back. So I can do the same thing here. This isn't as crucial with measurements and being precise. It's just going to give you an idea of what it looks like. Same thing if I did the same thing on this side. What kind of design can you get? Okay, you don't have to draw just from the corners. It could be even just like halfway. So maybe I want to have something that like does this inside. Okay, so there we go. This could be one design, and you move on to the next one. You can use a ruler, okay, if you wanted to. Maybe you want to have something where it's connected, okay, through the center, and then you have like the same thing on each side over here. Maybe let me make these a little darker so you can see them. So maybe I pick something that looks, I don't know, kind of like this. Maybe I'll do some sections over here. And so you have to think about it like this is going to look a lot different once you multiply this. Okay, once you do this one and you have one stacked above it, you have one to the other side, it's going to change what this looks like. There are some tools up there, both of these that you can use if you wanted to make something that would have like an arch to it. I've had kids who have done that, and I think that's where, so like they did from like this corner over to this corner, and they drew an arch, and this one's not very big. But you can see how you can get like another shape just by connecting those. If I had like a lid, something that was smaller, and I guess I could maybe use this one, you could see how this would look different, but I'm using the same arch, and so I get like another shape from using that that's consistent, because that's the thing about this, is we want to be able to do this consistently, okay, over and over again. So really the only rule is that everything needs to be the same in every box that you make, okay, which this is kind of cool with it a little bit different. So let me try another one. I'm gonna just freehand that one, but still connect it. Maybe I would do this. I think about it, you just change something every time. Like you look at it and think, well, do I really like that, or would I rather do something different? So maybe I do something like this, and then I end up putting like these pieces in the center. And so when that multiplies out, you get like these diamonds, and then these connect and make other X's. Okay, so this is really something that you want to mess with, and you want to see how and what you can get, even by doing things like this. Okay, you can see how this would help you get the exact same thing over and over again. Maybe you would go to the center here, okay, and you would think about what else could you do. You could make these like squares inside here. But this is one of those things you can really get a neat project out of it if you give it a shot. If you're just trying to, I'm going to do the easiest thing so I can be done, you're not going to come up with a really cool product, okay? And there is one thing that I don't let people do. You can't just do an X and a plus sign in every box, okay? No way. There is way more that you can do. My first grader can do this, okay? And so you need to push yourself above that and come up with something that's more exciting than just this. And you're experimenting, okay? You're trying to figure out, like, what can I do, and what can I make by, you know, multiplying and creating the same design in every box, okay? These don't have to be really nice and neat, but when we get to this part, I want you to actually show me what it would look like so you can see like what a full size would look, or how that would look, because it's going to be a lot different than if you you're going to really preview what the pot looks like by filling out one of these, okay? So you have to do the entire front of this. You have to do all 4 of these. So you are picking your 4 favorites, okay, from this set of pages, okay? What do you like the most? And kind of go from there, okay? There's so many things, and I've really seen all kinds of really neat designs, but you don't even know, I mean, until you experiment with it, you don't even know what's out there, okay? Like this would end up being really cool. You'd have diamonds that are all connected. So that's what we're going to work on today. We will eventually get out clay and start with the rectangular prisms. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to come around and work. And maybe, I guess I should show, let me pause and show you one more thing. So if you're going to pick one of these, I do have some kids who might get confused with this. I do have darker grids on here. Do you see these darker lines? Yes, I hear a yes. Thank you. So that is trying to help you. Sometimes with all these lines, it can just confuse you and make it where you can't, I don't know, see where you are. And so you are going to draw this, you know, over and over so you can see what this is going to look like when it's all complete. Okay, so you would be able to see like how that makes a diamond, right, in the center. And so sometimes a design that you think is just okay, once you actually multiply it, it's really awesome. Okay, because you just keep seeing more. Okay, so like that would make one, and I'm going real quick. But you can see how neat this is. And try and come up with some things that are different than what I showed you up here. We don't want to 100% copy what I have. Experiment, and you know, there's nothing wrong with taking some time and figuring out what you would really like to do. Okay, so very different once it's on a big piece as opposed to just being on the paper right here. Okay, this looks way cooler. And there's so many things out in the world that are done like this. It's pretty amazing. You'll see them everywhere.